Alright folks, hang on to your hats. You're in for more fun than a human being should be allowed to have. Somebody want to tell me what she's saying there? Alright, so this is Sailor Moon for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Probably never played this game before because I think it was only released in France, if I'm not mistaken. Which adds to one of the million reasons that America's better than France. But I picked this game up when I was looking for ROMs that I actually wanted to play because I remember it from my childhood. I remember the show. Used to watch it mainly because it replaced Speed Racer in a cartoon lineup that I used to watch on Cartoon Network. I'm not really sure why Cartoon Network even carried it. I think Sailor Moon was geared more towards girls, and I think that, people watching Cartoon Network were like 13-year-old boys. So, it never really made a whole lot of sense to me. Well, unless they wanted to fuel prepubescent masturbatory fantasies, which actually is probably the case. Never thought of it. So now, you get to choose one of these fine young ladies to control. Let's just choose Sailor Moon, because I'd imagine she'd be the best. I mean, who really knows, though? Now we wait. Because you can't skip this part. It forces you to watch this. It's just a still frame. Why do I have to watch that? Now we wait for this, because you can't skip this either. And I'm just going to assume that that little imperfection is a glitch in the ROM. So let's start this up. There's Sailor Moon walking the street there. I can only assume that she's either on the rag or she just sharded because she's walking extremely awkwardly. Taking like 1-foot strides with her legs closely together. She refuses to run, too. I mean, you're stuck at this speed the entire game. Makes it excruciatingly boring. Music isn't helping either. I mean, listen to this stuff. Sounds like, I don't know, something you'd hear in a supermarket or an opium den or something. I don't know. It's awful. And that Go Arrow is already getting on my nerves. I mean, I'm already going in that direction. You don't need to tell me. I don't even know why they have a Go Arrow. There's only one direction you could possibly go. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm stupid enough to be playing this game, but, I'm not retarded, There's only one direction I'm going to go there. So anyways, you can see here, they've tried to take the Sailor Moon series and turn it into a side-scrolling brawler. Do a pretty piss-poor job of it. I guess it's supposed to look like Ninja Turtles. Ends up looking more like Bebe's Kids to me. Alright, shut up with the Go Arrow. Well, anyway, all you pretty much do in this game is fight the same uninspired enemies over and over again. You just saw me kick the ass of uninspired enemy number 1, which is Power Rangers Reject. You see him in every single level. I'm not kidding, you'll see. Now there's my personal favorite enemy, which is uninspired enemy number 2, Sunburnt Susan Sarandon or something. Alright, now what I want to point out here is, you see I just kicked those 2 enemies out the screen? You have to wait like an eternity before they come back. It'll drive you nuts. I mean, you can't go off the screen and try to hit them because, you can't do that in real life. So now you're seeing uninspired enemy number 3, which is some sort of runaway Chinese New Year float. So I skipped ahead here a little bit. Just want to show you how nonsensical this part is. Getting toward the end of the level here. You won't believe where we're going next, because, well, it makes no sense. Look at this. We were just on the street of the Latin Quarter. Now all of a sudden we're in like some sort of heroin knot-off. Listen to this music. I mean, it gets worse, believe it or not. Just stay tuned. It should come as no surprise to you that you pretty much fight the same enemies as you did in the previous level. Except that you got that guy with a hammer that comes out of his fist. Wow, it's a real challenge. What do you fight at the end of a time warp? Well, of course you're going to fight a kitten, right? That makes sense. Now, I'm going to show you right here, the hit detection just goes out the window. Look at that. I'm clearly hitting him. It didn't even register. That's bullshit. You see that? Again. And did you notice there's that shitty special move I was going to talk to you about? It takes life away from you. Now, do you see that? There's like a meter at the very top to the right of the credits. What is that there for? I thought that was like some sort of power-up, but it never gets full. Somebody explain that to me. Alright, so I'm going to save you the boredom of going through the rest of those screens there. Just skip ahead to level number 2. But you see, we're fighting the same enemies. Big surprise, huh? Pretty much, yeah, same thing as the last level. You know what's funny? They just got out of a time warp. Where do you go after you come out of a time warp? You gonna go back in the past or to the future? Nah, just go to a present-day amusement park. What's the storyline here? Now you see uninspired enemy number 4, which is some sort of sadomasochist circus bimbo. And there's uninspired enemy number 5, lanky fuckstick escapee from the Cirque du Soleil or something. Now I'm gonna skip ahead to the subboard. I gotta go really fast here because, I mean, I'm just running out of time. I'm already over 8 minutes here, and I think YouTube only lets you use 10 minutes. All I really want to point out here is just how shitty the music is. Listen to this shit. Holy shit. This is like something... makes me want to take a hammer and hit myself over the head with it. Listen to this shit. Whoever wrote this was out of his fucking mind. Of course, where do you go after you're in a gingerbread house? Go to the Technodrome, right? Now, yeah, again, I'm going to have to go through these levels really quickly. Now, look at this. Now you're on an elevator. This is exactly from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Except that instead of throwing, you know, unique enemies at you, they just keep throwing the same Chinese New Year floats at you. And by the way, you can't even hit them off of the elevator. It makes no sense. Okay, now we're in outer space or something. Now we're back on Earth at, like, Antarctica or something. Fighting the same enemies again. No, yeah, by the way, those conveyor belts? Made out of ice. I mean, that makes sense, right? By the way, that noise that she makes when she gets hit is really fucking annoying. Sounds like somebody kicked a chihuahua in the balls or something. So what kind of enemy do you fight after Antarctica? You'd think that you get like a winter-themed boss, but no, you just get this fuckstick. Now look at this shit. Look at that uppercut. I mean, what the... couldn't they afford a better animation than that? I mean, first of all, I don't even think it hit me there. And second of all, that's not how you throw an uppercut. Anybody out there who's taken martial arts wondered if they changed the rules? No, that's not an uppercut. That wouldn't hurt anybody. Alright, and so now, this is like the last level here. They take you to Contra's last level. I don't... How unoriginal can this game get? And just to really confuse you, the lanky fuckstick from the circus is back. Why am I fighting circus freaks in this game? That makes no sense. Alright, so I had planned on showing you the boss fight, but I somehow lost the footage in the save state, and frankly it would have taken too much time anyway, so I'm just going to skip to the end and give you my final analysis here. So what more can I say, really? This game just... it sucks. I mean, let me just cut the bullshit. This is the worst game I've ever played. I mean, I played a lot of shitty games in my day, but this one takes the cake. I mean, there's no storyline at all. The stages make no sense. The enemies are not particular to the Sailor Moon series. This whole... it just... you could put Daffy Duck in Sailor Moon's place and it would have made just as much sense. I really... it would have been nice if they made an RPG out of this. It could have been good. But alas, no. We just have an overall really shitty game. On a scale of 1 to 10, I guess I would give this game a dog turd, because it's not even on the scale. It's awful. Don't ever play it. Now, I was really seriously considering going back and retaping that boss fight that I'd lost, but that would mean I have to play this game all over again. And You couldn't pay me enough to play this game again. I don't even want to watch this movie when it comes out on YouTube. It's aggravatingly bad. Now look at this cheap-ass animation. Look at that. Couldn't they do a little bit better? I mean, he didn't even get to first base on that. Crying out loud. Well, the long and the short of it is, leave this game alone. Probably would never have found it if I hadn't pointed it out, and I'm sorry for having pointed it out. Just avoid it like the plague.